Om Shanti. Very warm welcome and a greeting of peace. Apart from seeing angels on the screen, have you ever seen an angel? Tonight when you go home, I can guarantee you can see one. And I don't mean in your dreams. Look into the bathroom mirror and I guarantee you'll see an angel. Because within each and every one of us, there are these two sides that play around. There's that aspect which pulls me down and creates tension and strife within the soul. And of course that means that then there's tension and strife in my relationships with others. But there's also another side. And if when you look into that mirror, you look in a very specific way, I can guarantee the angel will emerge. Instead of looking with these eyes, look with this eye. Look at that mirror with your third eye, and what you'll see is the shining star. And the shining star will also give you a vision of your own form of light. Let yourself experience your own being of light, and you will find that your own feelings begin to change. Everything that we are doing at the present moment is determined by our feelings and our desires and wishes. On one level, our feelings take us down here, and on another level, our feelings can give us the power with which to be able to fly. And in that awareness of my own eternal form of light, the feelings that emerge are very pure feelings, are very positive, very powerful feelings. And on the basis of those feelings, I have a different vision and a different attitude for myself. When I'm seeing myself in this form of light, the other thing that I become aware of is that, yes, I've taken on a human form to play my role on the world stage, but in fact, there's something else. When I just feel I'm human and I get caught up with this, then I'm tied in the world of human beings. But when I see my own form of light, and in that awareness of being light, I'm aware of the presence of God the Supreme. And the influence of God's light and God's love is such that I know that originally my own qualities are the same as the qualities of God. Not so difficult when I know that I am a child of God. And in that awareness of being a child of God, I can experience protection from God. But also, in that safety and security of God's love, my own heart opens up and I'm able to have the sense of belonging to each one. On the human level, there'll be maybe 2 or 4 or a few that I belong to, but there'll always be differences and divisions. But in that awareness of being a child of God, and knowing that God is the mother and father of each and every one, that same feeling emerges within the soul. And there's an awareness of a sense of belonging to that one divine family, which is the family of God. And in this awareness of pure love that emerges for my entire world family. There's also a very natural sense of wanting to give love, wanting to give cooperation. There's a law that says, whatever you put out is what comes back to you. And if within my heart there is a pure desire to give love and give cooperation, it's not difficult to understand what's going to come back to me. I don't have to work hard to seek cooperation. I don't have to struggle to find love. But if, as the child of God, I receive God's love and support and help, then, in a very natural way, that's what I want to offer. And that's what's going to come back to me. There was a very beautiful thing that was said to me in Mount Abu many years ago. And at that time, I didn't know what the future was going to hold. It's strange how, on the path of spirituality, on one level, you know what the future holds, in the sense of the long-term future. For instance, I know that, yes, the day is going to begin. I know that the land of angels is going to come here on earth. But what I'm also interested to know is, well, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen in 6 months' time? What's going to happen in a year's time? And I don't always know that. But this was in 1986, and it was just before we began our project for the Million Minutes, and many other things followed after that. But I remember being in Mount Abu and being with our founder, and at that time the founder said to me, "You'll experience how cooperation comes shimmering in all directions." And I've seen that happen in a very powerful and beautiful way. And just today I was again remembering that particular statement made, and I'm very aware that it's God's help, God's protection, God's support that makes everything happen. But that statement of cooperation coming shimmering in all directions stays with me a lot. It's a reminder of what I should be doing, what I should put out so that that can come back. The other thing that happens when there is always this feeling of love and cooperation is that there's constantly a feeling of benefit. Early on, when I came into rajayoga, there was a lesson I was taught, and it's a very deep and powerful lesson that has to be that the soul has to remind itself of each and every day, each and every moment, and that is, look for what there is of benefit. Let there be the experience of benefit at all times. When I look for benefit and I experience benefit, then there's a feeling of everything under the protection of the benevolent Father, of time being beneficial, of time being benevolent. And as I experience benefit coming to me from all directions, and I fill myself with benefit, then I'm able to be an instrument and give benefit to others too. And one of the qualities of God, in fact, the very name of God, is a name that denotes this particular quality of benevolence, of constantly giving benefit. Many of you perhaps know that we use the term Shiv Baba, Baba Father, but the word Shiva Can you see the connection between the word Shiva and the word Jehovah? To me, they sound pretty similar. And the word Shiva, or at least one of the translations of the word Shiva, is the word benefactor, the one who constantly gives benefit. If I am the child of the Father who is benevolent, the one who is the benefactor, then there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can go in any other direction. At all moments, at all steps that I take, in every step that I take, there is benefit. And when I begin to experience that benefit for myself, then I'm able to show others the path of benevolence, the path of benefit. And I become an instrument to be a benefactor for others too. And so in fact, it's not so difficult to change from a human into an angel. It's actually the right season, the right moment to be able to do this. There's always seasons for everything. If you try to do something when it's not the right season, it's hard work and it's a struggle. But when it's the right moment, the right time, then everything happens very easily. And so this is the moment when we can experience the light of God shining on the soul, awakening the angel that is latent within each and every one of us. And as I turn my face towards God and allow that light to shine on me, the angel that is asleep will wake up. Om Shanti.